Obviously, for more about some algebra training, and then as you had for your sign abatanase, a bidding como afa Mmra Nsem, Mmra Nsem Juma DNA, bidding at the Twum Bariman. And the idea share yanya Mmra Nsem for na Mmra Nsem ni back on the bidding como ne, and the lawyer answer anako. One year abatanase bidding como, na como and ye bidding ye diafa a defamation of character. And pre-puberty as yes will be so wakasa gumihufi. Wakasem bia nso ka kira me wakasem bia se medin ama obusia for men sorry for me na am for me obi as medin abrantie se medin baba we se medin do again a friend defamation. What goes into it at the end will be can amount to defamation say will be a good movie na so bi su kra yes then and amon no so too we ene nkomo an ye bedie yentwe homra kato mbra ba menyi lawyer ne bedin nkomo no entre and then na fa yemfa nkomo no so If you're homeless, I be almost a major train and make a homework to a samba and said American kind and they begin come after defamation of character. Preparing said the kan and ya na manfo bi kasa na wakasa ko kan bibi enso ka na obi so de agumi hufi saban sa de na mo no so tu na de mpo no bi kan na so obi tweno a ana ntro de nka ho ana ne kasa nko a de no bi ya amount to a defamation of character and na hu komo na ye bedi ne mreti a wayi mu yen se bre kra no yen ma yenua ye ne bedi ne komo na Mmra nimfo a na waje bre ani bedi komo lawyer ansel anako and then one year tenancy a way and I said Mmra ya one year bidding komo kama afa defamation of character. Counsel, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Say biaboko there. You're good, right?
Yes, I'm good.
Nebrofano and also new with me I can treat you, but I will do my best to bring it to treat the can be and the tree. So counsel, just ask not to waste too much time. What is the defamation?
Okay. Before I answer that very question, I think it would interest your audience to understand the mischief behind the enactment and that the framers of the Constitution had intelligently framed the laws and the provisions that relates to defamation.
Okay.
You know.
I just say, before so bakọ nim kura akire no so hu mi hu adwempa na wo wo na atwe Constitution na wo mutrim nam so mo de say ni ma bi say be Constitution. Yes, proceed. Yes,
there has been a lot of misinformation in the society.
Okay.
That has led to the general public being uncomfortable. Even to the extent of some losing their family members or having some sort of nervous shock. You could remember an event that happened about 2 years ago or 3 years ago at the north, where Yana of the northern region publication was put out on the internet, and then it was said that the Parliament chief was dead. And quickly he came to debunk that very information, stating clearly that he's alive. He's alive. So this misinformation has led to the framers of the Constitution to consider enacting laws that are going to help the general public and for them to also know that it is good for information to be truthful. Not just half truth, but complete truth. So on this very point, I would say that defamation is characterized under 3 laws in Ghana. We have the Constitution, we have the customary law, and as well we have the English common law. Okay. Now, on this very instance, our Constitution, as you know it, under Article 1, Clause 2, had provided that the Constitution of Ghana is the supreme law of the land, and that if anything is found to be inconsistent with the provisions, through that inconsistency, it will be nullified. The inconsistency is not just only on any written law. It also relates to the individual, our attitude, our actions. If it is found to be contrary to any provision of the Constitution, the courts of the land could easily pronounce it a nullity. And then on this very note, freedom of speech is also specifically guaranteed under Chapter 5 of the Ghanaian Constitution. Anybody has the right to hold opinions, to display their thoughts through spoken words and written materials, etc. And then when it comes to defamation, it is simply put a forceful statement made in a way to injure or harm the reputation of another. So
okay. And you notice, so the okay and it I say the okay and say your constitution and as a Ghana Mmra na a boy in a hobrano, Mmra Kuninua, Yenina, and as a Mmra Kabiano, a ship, so at the Bobrano. Chapter 5, and article 2:1, a Casafa, and never back community, back when you say, chapter 5, no Casafa say, will be our coin as it mechanism be opposite can be a free speech. But free speech, and I could do an because what Tremusi as a defamation, yes, sir. Will be can be an asset money can hear someone a big good meme hoofy, a big good hoofy, and I say, would deem, and I say, a be a day, a can be abaton. And no, and ye children could say a defamation or can I say? Where's article 2:1? No better say a brief beera will be near be, and I say, maybe any constitution and Mobrana, and I say, Anciano. A mamma no ma coin say, the Supreme Court of the land. Everything I cast a free sad day we dear, a free deco, a own constitutional, the young runners see this one, and ye, and as I say, Suban we, I buy your own constitution, if it's a new constitution, you know. And then Amnesia and Nisha and then Enset and then Mmra Nsem. So, Council, let's proceed here.
Okay, then for a person to actually understand defamation as a concept, one needs to consider the types of defamation.
Okay.
So we have slander, and then we have libel.
Okay. Then I say, just defamation, the case of defamation, let's be a can be a good movie. Was see you Mahodomino and about another back, you want mammy. By slander and by libel.
Yes,
to say watch no, and I say, what can be another good man watch no. Another good movie. You better most could be some more questions. Such an opportunity is in this person. And now to know what I want you ask more questions and get more answers. The other one was say was a one worker as some after any part of any no correct. An untrue statement. As some kind of say any correct. Now work.
Slander, as it is actually a defamatory statement which is spoken, but in its entirety or even partially, it is a false statement.
That is a slander, what you say, I know there you say, the what kind ya, Nifembi, and Yanokre, and as I say, Munina, and Yanokre, and slander.
Then libel, on the other hand, it's a written statement. It could be printed, it could be written by pen, it could be typed out on WhatsApp, on the internet. So well, it is written out of a length, it is libel. But what makes it defamatory is where any statement so written is also false. Okay,
and as a libel, no, you say, watch. Now the original, you know, and you're correct. I said, the money you defamatory, you say, idea what you know, and you're correct. And the money defamatory. In South on WhatsApp, so on newspaper, so on online, Facebook, whatever, anyone at all, right?
Yes.
We watch on now when you say, as some young can you may try be at 3 paragraphs. Paragraph 1, and you're correct, and watch. And I said the entire 3 paragraphs in and you're correct. Now, so they are to be Facebook, so what they are to be WhatsApp, so what can be you actually music person? I'm a man for can who say, as something what can never Twum Bariman wouldn't name say anything correct. It amounts to defamation or defamation of character.
Now, every citizen in Ghana, including foreigners, have this freedom of speech. But what we should understand is that where one's right ends, another person's right begins. You cannot just enjoy all the rights provided in the Constitution and then forgetting that you have duties to other persons as well.
And Ikasan was say, another right to be out for so everybody enjoys it. So we have to be on the right. Now, so the kind of message was say, baby, I would be a copy. I want to be the phrase. Where yours ends, that is somebody's own also begins. And indeed, or say, wouldn't me enjoy one the other, or I would dictate to be so. That's what I say.
So then we all have rights to speak freely. And on that same end, we also have the duties to to as well ensure that everything we say, we must be accountable for it. So that is why defamatory statement becomes a core of our civil litigation in Ghana. And then for a person to be able to prove defamation, there are some elements that need to be present. There is an element of publication. Publication in this very sense simply means that there must be some level of communication from one person to another. That is, the defendant must have disclosed false statement to a person. And the law does not say that it must be more than just one. So far, an information has been disclosed, which is false, relates to just one individual. You can agree with me that just from one individual, it can travel to 1 million people. And then the second element under defamatory statements, be it slander or libel, is that it must be false. Now, being false here does not mean that all the statement made should be false. So far, there is some level of falsehood in the statement presented by the maker of that statement. Then it qualifies as defamation.
I see. What can I say? What can I say? Better name social media and your WhatsApp so, your Facebook so, your Twitter so, name them. The other ones, anything, Snaps, near whatever, TikTok, name them. Nina, as someone toss kuma be any pumping now. Or say another component, and then I never a sign back a defamation of character. It made the America say defamation. They say, as some not can in correct. No, say no. And yes, something na the correct and welcome. As I'm not sure. We can pass something be I am correct, but a family so I am correct. And as I say, money so I am correct. Say, na correct. And no a defamation of character. Say a family so correct and also a defamation of character.
Then another element is the element of injury. That is, the person whom the statement is made against must have suffered some level of injury to his reputation. I see. Now, it is not just only to the individual. Companies as well can face this level of distort in terms of their reputation to their businesses. I remember one incident where someone just came up one day and then posted something on the internet and said one of the banks in Ghana is now trying to move their monies from Ghana, and Central Bank is trying to liquidate the bank. It's a false statement. And then the public started panicking and trying to withdraw their monies. And this very incident can actually make the government of Ghana to as well lose their taxes from the institution. The institution can also lose their monies from the people, and the people can also lose their monies from savings at the bank. And then, as the law entails, defamatory statements or defamation under the common law is actionable per se. What I mean by actionable per se relates to the third element of defamation, that is injury. So the injured party or the victim must satisfy the court that the statement so made affected him or her or even the business in a way before they can be successful in a claim of defamation. But this is different under the customary law. Because customary law, libel, that is written comment or statement, they are foreign to customary law. So in that very end, customary law does not accommodate thought, or should I say, action of defamation to be actionable per se. You don't need to prove any level of injury. So far, the statement made is false. The person can have a claim under customary law.
Okay, so what can say or say under customary law? No, Mmra Nsem which mienu miensa or just say or the action on the customary law. No, so now say under customary law, no, once I was on a canning in a crown one, okay. But me, when I said, if I want to eat no, or quite with me a salt punch, a gentleman, a man, a Mmra Nsem. On the other hand, no, so what say, quite so fast, and as a name I say, is see, and sana.